Good morning, everyone. It is 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and we are getting ready to continue our playthrough of Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land for the PlayStation 2. Hope you're doing well out there. I tell you, first thing we're doing today, before we even think of doing anything else, we're heading to that shop on the first floor, getting ourselves a pixie's wing, getting that vellum made. This is the absolute longest I've gone in a game without getting that much done. You can see our party there. Take a quick look at them. Kio's up to level 6. Ricardo just hit level 7 in our last episode. Sarah, our priest, is level 6. As are we, Agog the bishop. So without further ado, let's go into the dungeon. The Labyrinth of Duhan, floor 1, the fortress. No need to stand on ceremony, no need to putz around. We're here to do a job, and that's the job we're doing. It looks like we'll have at least one encounter. Bunch of slimes. If you're new to the show, when we run into something really weak on the first level here, we're just going to rush right through it. 16 damage spread out, gone as quick as they came. Okay. Hey, it's our buddy the giant toad. This time we'll play it a bit more cautiously. Let the fighters take out the toad. And we'll trap the slimes attacking us with a restrict shot. Solid 29 damage, that'll teach them. And base slimes, don't run away. We'll do second verse same as the first, but I'm pretty sure the fighters will take the slimes out. That they do. Front row holds up their end of the bargain. We pick up 142 more experience. Not a bad little tally for the first level here. Head inside. Head up to our dead guy. You know, I don't know why I was expecting him to just be there. Okay, we'll give this a shot. It's a harpy. Don't think we have quite enough damage to reliably fell that harpy on a rush. But we got more than enough to trap an orc with a restrict shot. Let's see if either of the back row run. There's one. Hey, one sticks around. Awesome. For his troubles, let's do a double slash. Big damage there. 137. Yeah. Still waking up. Let's go ahead and open that. Broken sword. We've been hunting that pixie's wing forever now. And I do believe our inventory is pretty darn full. So I think I'm going to give up at this juncture on it. If we hit a pixie's wing, we'll get that vellum. Otherwise, we're just going to go back, make a bunch of stones, and then head down into the second floor. Really don't need the map spell all that much until the 4th level anyway. Take out some more orcs. Solid 100 there. Maybe another broken sword here? Yep. Another broken sword. See, another advantage to having a full party once we get up to 6 is we'll have that much more inventory space. This should be a bogey cat. Couple slimes as well. Okay, so we're going to do our restrict shot. Not that I'm really worried about the slimes, but because I want to pull off that little trick I showed you a couple episodes back. We're going to say we're casting Krita on the bogey cat. Then we're going to back out, go to attack, and now the ninja's targeting a back row monster with his weapon. Maybe we could get the death strike out of this. That's the hope. Nope. Did a nice bit of damage, though. So with that bit of damage, I'm feeling a little bold today. We'll go with a double slash to finish it off. We had a miss and a critical at the same time. Nice thing about the double slash. Always got that other person there to pick up the slack. Picking up a slime's goo out of that encounter. Speaking of slime's goo. And we are surprised. We were surprised by a herd of traveling slime crawling slowly towards us. And let's rush. Should be solid 100. No, 75. I forget how much experience they're actually worth. Another slime's goo. Yeah, we'll be making a few stones. Here we go up against a rogue. Send him off swiftly. Again, not getting rich up here by any means, and certainly not getting all the experience we could ever want. Didn't use any spells, not gonna level, no point in stopping at the lodgings. So let's just go to the shop. Don't think we have anything really to sell. Less to buy, so let's just make some spells. As I said, we can't do that vellum we found. So we're still missing that pixie swing, so let's make some material. Check out what we got. We've got ourselves a Zyba stone. That's a level 3 sorcerer spell. Can boost the strength of an entire row, which is a nice effect for the front row, and can also kill the undead. And we've got a bless stone. And that's about it. Just a bunch of basic stones here. So let's go ahead. Let's use up some of these slimes, Guma. Get through our stone making procedure. We're gonna speed this up a little bit here. Once to use it. Let's give it to Gog. Let's make that Zybus stone. Frog tongue and thief's blood, yeah. So we have a level 3 spell for when we get around to it. Oh, that's beautiful. Two that are taking up the most space. So we'll make another 30 stone here. That very combination. Give that one to Kia. Switch back over. Do a good bit of inventory space. Go ahead back down to the normal frame limit. Making the stones is a bit of a tedious task, so I sped that up a little bit. Looking through, yeah, we opened up quite a bit of inventory space. So back down into the dungeon we go. This time, rather than putzing around, first off, let's grab that blue chest. We know 9 times out of 10 this is transfer potion, and that will help us greatly. Sure enough, transfer potion, so we've got our get out of dungeon free card. That rogue really wanted to attack us, apparently. Let's not disappoint him. Let's do another double slash for the sake of gratuitous damage. There we go. He's down easy enough. Take our little shortcut that we unlocked last time out. Guess a couple times ago already. Time flies. Whole line of orcs. Now when you see them 6 in a row like this, that's enough for them to do a rush. So let's not putz around at all. Let's preempt it. Do a rush of our own. Knock them down in a line. We got nothing to worry about. Grabbing some candy. I got a little 13-ounce jar of Red Hots for Christmas, so I keep that on my desk. We know the Smiley Shop's not going to have them. Gonna head in here. Now every time we hit this square, the Reaper typically appears. So we're once again not going to stick around. Just going to make our way to the second floor and go, because we don't want to get possessed again. That's never a pleasant experience. Speaking of never a pleasant experience, this is more than enough orcs to start a rush. We're just going to have to take our chances with Mr. Toad and rush through these orcs right away. See, the toad got some damage and elevation, but we were able to take down all of those orcs at once, and that stops them from rushing, and it stops us from worrying. We were lucky. Toad missed. Let's double slash it out of here. I have faith that a double slash should finish the job. Yep. Not really a surprise, given the damage we're throwing around. On the bright side, that is 322 experience. That's more like it as far as the experience total goes. That's what we want to see. Make our way over to the waterfall room, and down the stairs we go. Now again, this is the old jail, and it's going to have 4 subfloors to it. So there's a whole lot of floor to explore here. Pardon me on the rhyme. Promise it won't happen next time. Ooh, we have a locked chest. Just kind of hanging out here. Deep breath. And let's go ahead and disarm it. There we go. Picking up a healing potion. Not a bad little reward. Certainly worth our time. Okay. Come to a spot that says an orc was sobbing while sitting down. As you stopped to see what was wrong, the orc looked at you with teary eyes. Crying orc. I just wanted to become a ninja. I just wanted to be an awesome one. Yeah, who doesn't? The orc spoke sadly. There's be mysterious powers within items. Those be called special powers, but smart priests be showing off and calling it SP. Okay. All kinds of things be happening when those special powers be released. Some can even change your class. That's when I thought to myself, I can use that special powers to be changed myself into a cool ninja. But the orc started bawling. Goes, I couldn't become a ninja. Why be so? What's be so wrong with an orc becoming a ninja? God be mean to me. Really, really mean. Aw, poor orc. What's be worse, it broke when I released its special powers. I's be jealous of adventurers. I's sure that adventurers can release these special powers easily. Didn't work for orcs that way, but releasing special powers should be done only for sure. It can't be redone, so be careful when you find one. The orc said his farewells and waddled away. I just wanted to become a ninja. I just wanted to become an awesome one. Poor guy. Orc's sad voice echoed gently through the labyrinth. So yeah, there are certain items you could just use the abilities of for things like alignment and class changes. Here we find ourselves in an elevator room. We also find ourselves confronting a lot of undead, but they're friendly undead. One of the more fun things about the Wizardry series is that you never know what party's going to be friendly. So in the first one, in the first Wizardry, in the first level, always run into friendly undead. And here we are with another iteration of that today. We're just going to leave them alone. That wall looks suspicious, doesn't it? Says it doesn't seem to open from this side, so that's a one-way door. Ooh. This should be a fun encounter. Definitely going our restrict shot route. And let's go after the bushwhackers first. Okay, if Ricardo hits, he should be down in 1. Now restrict shot stops that bogey cat. Other bogey cat's going to wander up, and that's actually going to be our next target. We'll keep the restrict shot up because safety first. But we want to take out this second bogey cat before allowing that bushwhacker to walk up to the front row there. That worked out nicely. The restrict shot took out both. Now we're 4-on-1 with the bushwhacker. I like our odds. Especially when you get a critical strike in the first shot. Solid 395 experience there. So yeah, there's an elevator shaft. And you will be able to ride an elevator through the subfloors of this jail. Let's continue exploring. Well, we've got our bushwhackers back, and we've got a slightly color-shifted one. That would be a highwayman, who is now instantly our biggest threat. Could see we are doing very little damage on the restrict shot, but he is doing none because we're stopping him in his tracks. Take him out right away. Now let's go ahead and focus our efforts on the unharmed bushwhacker. That way we know if the other one makes it through, it's taken at least 38, 39, 78 damage. So bushwhacker number 2 falls before bushwhacker number 1. I do feel confident in saying that a double slash should more than finish it off, though. So let's go ahead and take out this bushwhacker. Finish with a flourish, if you will. There you go, 460 experience. Not the most gold we'll find, but certainly a nice chunk of experience. Up, our party rank went up. We've obtained the following allied actions. We've got spell cancel, which is huge, stun attack, and hold attack. Stun attack and hold attack I really don't use too much. Stun attack has a chance to paralyze the target. Hold attack increases your chance to hit them. The big one is spell cancel. It works similar to restrict shot, but you're able to actually stop a caster casting spells, which at lower levels is really huge because the damage that could be done with magic in this game is insane. I know we haven't hit that point yet, but trust me, it's crazy. Now, we have a chance here to pick up that Pixie's Wing. Good thing we held back on some of the stuff. Let's go ahead and do a restrict shot, and hey, we could also do 2 allied actions every round. That's nice. We're still just going to do an individual action on this one. Let's go ahead and take out that pixie first. That way we don't have to worry about it putting us to sleep. Yeah, that restrict shot is going to save our bacon here on the second floor. So let's show you here, just because we can. We've already set up the restrict shot, and now we're going to do a double slash just for fun. So we know this guy's going down, even with that miss on Keo's second strike. And we've still got more than enough in us to felt the second bushwhacker on a restrict shot. Party's coming together. We're getting the things done. That's the important thing. Sadly, our Pixie's Wing did not fall there. But hey, you got what you got. Can't get too mad about it, I guess. Check this out. Just an empty cell. Move to the next door in the row. Up, we've got ourselves a breakable wall. Must break through when we get the chance to do so. Find another locked chest. What will it hold? Let's find out. Play Beethoven's Fifth on that one. Bum 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 bum. We find a mace. That is an interesting development. Almost equipped it without identifying, and we know that's a bad idea on principle. It's gotta praise that sucker. It's a holy mace. Okay. 1 attack, 12 damage. Blessed by a known priest. Increases the faith of the person equipped with it. Also looks like it does a fair bit of damage. So let's go ahead, hand off our healing potion to Sarah to keep a little inventory space open for Kyo there. And let's see who could benefit more. Probably not giving Kyo the mace because it would take away that second attack, and with it, a real good chance at a second death strike. It's actually the same level of attack as the same level of offense as the slashing sword. So Ricardo wouldn't get too much out of it either. I guess we'll just have a GOG hold on to it. It's a nice little trinket we found. We'll sell it back in town. Seems like that's where it'll be most useful. And that way, if we ever do need it later, we could just buy it at the shop. Not the most efficient way handling your cash, but it's an option. Okay, we got a human guy just sort of running around there. Well, a humanoid figure, I should say. Here's another locked chest in a cell. Picking up some serious loot here. Disarm that nice and easy. And we have an unidentified throwing knife. So before we go any further, we know the drill. Over to a GOG and appraise away. It's a poison throwing knife. It has a groove to hold poison, inflicts poison damage, and can be used from the back row. Looks like it also boosts the attack, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and just equip that. Got the good old poison throwing knife now. Turns out we'll have a chance to test it right away. Restrict shot puts in 17 quality damage, and we could follow that up with a double slash. Okay, one bushwhacker thought better of it. Not much we can do about that. You know what? Rather than do that, let's show off some of our new allied actions. Let's show off a stun attack, and if he lives long enough, a hold attack. Stun attack first. Sarah will imbue Kyo with magical ability on his weapon, and sure enough, the bushwhacker is now stunned. Now there, Agog held the bushwhacker, who was already paralyzed, in place with his magic ability, and Ricardo went in for a crushing blow. 317 damage, showing off a little, but in all fairness, they brought the fight to us. We were just coming through a door. Picked up some more thief's blood. And just fleshing out more of the dungeon at this point. No reason really not to. Good to know where everything's at after all. Here we've got some stairs down. Looks like we've got a drawbridge we could bring up there. Hearing all sorts of growling sounds around us. Another empty cell here. See a glimmer off in the distance. Looks like a treasure. Up, we've got a breakable wall, and we are stopped by a cutscene. Says, geez, why do I have to be doing this? The girl was hammering away at the stone wall. Hey, it's Rui. We remember Rui. She was nice to us once, and then she was nice and took our money the second time. Goes, gosh, I'm tired. Huh? You're... She goes, I remember, you're the one I taught how on the first floor how to beat the undead. Yeah, not for free. She goes, since you're here, I'll teach you one more useful thing. Make sure you accept quests after thinking wisely, otherwise you'll end up in a terrible situation like me. Says, geez, this is not what I should be doing. I'm busy right now, so I'm sorry, but would you mind taking a hike? Dang. Kind of cold. Well, she stops again. She goes, oh yeah, if you get a chance to return to town, would you mind giving that old Pops Garcia my message? Tell him that I'll definitely be bringing the thing home, the thing he asked for in his quest. He's always hanging around at the tavern. See you later. Okay, so we now have a message to give to Garcia. Weird little encounter from Rui. Here's a whole bunch more undead. These ones are not friendly. You know what? We're going to skip the allied actions for now. Go individual actions. We're going to try dispelling like crazy here. We know the fighters aren't going to be able to do anything to the undead here. Maybe some damage, but they're not going to kill them because the weapons aren't magic. Okay, Agog's Dispel made the zombies flee. Won't be getting experience for that, but we at least got rid of them. And Sarah split the difference on the undead kobolds. 2 dead and 2 ran. 332 experience and 308 gold. Not bad at all, really. Here's a treasure chest. Nice little hunk of rotten meat. The parting gift of all zombie encounters, I suppose. Here's 2 more undead kobold, as though they were the very ones we just caused to run. Well, let's try this again. Worked out so well last time. Let the fighters do their bit, and then hope the dispels take. Well, we got one. Let's see if Sarah can finish off the other. Yep, she gets him to run. Another quality undead encounter handled. Without any real loss in resources. This party is going smooth. Empty cell. Oh, we've got some writing on the wall. Something engraved on the wall. In poor handwriting, it said, "An elevator's just a box without power. It won't come to you no matter how many times you send for it, the mighty warrior Odom." So Odom tracked the elevator, just couldn't figure out a way to power it up. Seems like that was equal parts warning and frustration for him. Ooh, we can see that chest. We can't quite reach it. It's on the other side of where that bridge is. That is a lovely shade of red. Red chests are more than just locked. They're flat out trapped. But of course, with the greater risk, you have a better chance at a good reward too. Empty cell there. Take a little combat break. Got ourselves a whole heap of kobold, and we got no time for that. Just rush right through. Generally not doing too much of the rushing here on the second floor. $180 experience. Got a blue treasure chest here. This one we could open up without any real worries. It's a hypnosis vellum. So we found a vellum for the sleep spell. Always good to expand our spell repertoire. Another empty cell there. So far we've only taken 1 damage too. Like, this has been going about as smoothly as you could hope. Here's the second floor elevator room. Just kind of scoping it out. Nothing really going on here. Finish our little mapping there before heading back up the steps. Not the steps we took down, but we do know where they lead from. Okay, we've been through all that. Gotta get that square mapped out. Missed that little side passage. Here's Power Room A. Okay. So maybe this is the room Odom was missing there. Weird that he missed it, but then we walked past it too, so. Find an unidentified shield. As usual, when we find an unidentified item, let's go ahead and hand that sucker over. And the appraisal says, just a small steel shield. Looks like a priest can use it. Yeah, let's hand that over to Sarah. Get her a bit more defense. Oh, she already had one. I'm a dork. Okay, I guess Agog gets this one. Yeah, she had the one from the, yeah, that's the one that we got way back on the first level there. Let's go ahead and hand over the Holy Mace to, Sarah. That'll fill up her inventory. So now we know we've got a few more spots left for Ricardo, and, you know, pretty soon it'll be time to head back, just because won't have any more room for stuff. Do have a power switch here. It says reset elevator position. Let's move the lever. The elevator moved somewhere. Wherever it is, it just moved. So that's cool. We now have the power to move the elevator as soon as we find the thing. Another empty room there. Check things out a little bit longer. You know what? Let's go ahead and show it off. Let's show why the spell cancel is so important. We'll go ahead and do it like last time. It sets up similar to a restrict shot, only you don't have to choose who you're protecting with it. Let's do a double slash on that bogey cat just to make sure nothing's attacking us before the restrict shot goes down. These two should be more than capable of taking down a bogey cat, and they do. Well, look at that. The wizard decided not to cast. We'll try it one more time. This time, just defend. If it doesn't go off this time, we're just taking him out. It's that simple. Nope, we're just taking him out. We tried, folks. For his troubles, he's getting a double slash. Dodged Ricardo's shot. Not enough to save him. So the double slash and restrict shot is where we're going to make a lot of our money here on the second floor. It's going to be our bread and butter tactic early on. What do we get out of here? We get a couple sorcerer's earrings. So good news, 2 treasures for that. Bad news, really full on the old inventory there. See, the game's kind of chugging. It's drawing a lot. This jail is a big place with many, many options. Go ahead with individual action. And time to dispel away. Okay, we only got one of the zombies there. Other one managed to endure the dispel attempt. Sarah took out 3 of the undead kobolds. Well, don't really want to mess around with that too much more, so let's go ahead, cast. Save her spell. And I think the teal and the Krita should be more than enough to take everything out. So Keo sets the zombie on fire for 54 damage, and Agog is going to electrocute the undead kobold. Quality 26 there. 471 experience. We got ourselves a level up on Sarah. Making nice progress on Keo and Agog, too. Go ahead, open the treasure, and we have an unidentified short sword. I do believe that fills up our inventory. No, we've got one more spot. So let's go ahead and hand off that short sword. It is just a short sword, a sword with a 30-centimeter blade. Easy to manipulate, but it doesn't inflict any major damage. No real point in our heroes getting it at all, so I think at this point the best thing to do is use a transfer potion and head back to town. Stop in at the lodgings first. Used a couple spells, got a level up. Took 2 whole damage for our troubles. Gained a nice bit of cash too, actually. Just up over 7,000 when we head back in the inn. So Sarah's all the way up to level 4 spell capability. Let's go head back to the shop. Got some things to do here. First off, let's sell some equipment. We have some equipment to sell. Let's sell that short sword. That's doing nobody any good there. That holy mace, also not doing the most good. Give us 900 gold. Not going to turn that down. Yeah, that's about it for the selling. So let's check in. Make some spells. First things first. Let's go ahead and hand that vellum over. Let's see if we can make it. We can make the hypnosis vellum. That's good news. Go ahead and speed up the process a little bit. We want to use it right away. Yep, let's go ahead and give it to Keo. Now we've got both Keo and Agog with Splame. So that's all we want to do on the vellums. What can we make as far as materials go? No, we've got Zatiel and Delpis. Zatiel inflicts thunder damage to a row. It's just the level 2 version of Teal. And this is a level 4 sorcerer spell, Delpis. It decreases the evade of an enemy. Over here we've got Con Air. Master the power to gain the evade of one row in a party, and Seal, which is a level 3 spell. It's up to half the hit points lost. So I think we want to start with Safiel because that's an amazing spell. Let's go ahead and make that sucker. First one goes to Sarah, our resident priest. Let's make second Safiel stones. We've got the spare sorcerer's earring and thief's blood do so. Agog can't cast the spell just yet, but it'll be there for when he can. More healing is better healing when you get further down. Okay, yeah, let's see what else we can still make here. Well, looks like we took ourselves out of the out of some of the more fun stuff. We can still make a level 6 spell though. Daiba, the power to strengthen the entire party or kill the undead. It'll take a bogey bird's claw and some rotten meat. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's learn a spell we won't be using for weeks. We could do... Check out that inventory now. Nice and empty. Now if we went ahead and looked at the spell lists, you know, Keo's got a few sorcerer spells to him. We're all over the place with Agog's. He's learned all of the level 1 spells there are to know as far as sorcerer spells go. And he's got a level 3 and level 6 spell known, even though he can't cast them. Moving over to the priest side, Keo knows Feel and Count. Sarah's got level 1 covered and really an expert at the Feel spell. Also has Safiel, which she can cast. And we're missing, what, Barrett's? Yeah, we're missing Barrett's, the level 1 harm spell for priests for Agog. But he's got the other 3, and he's got Sephiel, despite, once again, not being able to cast it yet. Now, we were asked to stop by the bar and give a message to Garcia, weren't we? Whoop! Forgot to turn the turbo off there, my apologies. Scanned the tavern, found Garcia, but you didn't ask what he looks like, so you don't know who he is. Says, what you looking around for? Looking for someone? You ask the warrior whether or not he knows a man named Garcia. Garcia saw him placing a request at the counter. Girl who's working on his quest hasn't come back yet, so he's kinda fidgety. Well, that at least explains the message. Says you met her in the labyrinth. Hey, that's perfect. Take the old man's quest. He'd be here in a flash and you'd get paid. That's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, man. Great advice from that warrior guy. So let's check out the quest list. Sure enough, find a girl named Rui. Asked a girl named Rui to do something for me, but I'm worried because she hasn't come back yet. Would you search for her? Accept the quest. Warrior says, hey you accepted my quest. Dwarf warrior yelled over the noise of the people in the tavern. See Garcia here? Happy old guy. Says I've been making crappy swords for some 60 years now. Well, at least he takes pride in his work. I just want you to find a girl named Rui. You told Garcia that you met her on the 2nd floor. Also told him that she would bring back the promised goods soon. Says, really? I was getting worried since she hasn't come back yet. Says he guessed there's no need to request that search party if she's still alive. Thanks us for telling him and get 400 experience. That's cool. Because this must be a new record. Because, oh yeah, it's not really a quest, but if you run into her again, I want you to tell her something. Tell her not to overwork herself. Garcia smiled warmly. Says, honestly, I'd like to go and tell her myself, but I'm just getting too old. You can't do things like you used to. I feel like I've become stupid or something. Garcia scratched his head. It's the same for humans or dwarves. Eventually things break down. Have to live it up before you break down completely. Be it the world's prettiest woman or a strong warrior, you'll always end up getting your ass kicked by God. More wizardry optimism. So sorry about that. You complain a lot once you get old. Goes, I'll see you later. So that's that quest all kicked. There is another quest to take here. A couple more quests, actually. We have a check if he is dead or alive, and to train me to be a priest. But that's all stuff that's going to have to wait for next time, because we're coming up on 8 o'clock. Going to go ahead and call the stream here. Thank you all very much for checking things out. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming with another edition of Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. Going to save it up here. And once we're sure we're saved, we're going to go ahead and call it. We'll see you guys around.